All right, guys, got an interesting one for you today. Let's get into it. Well, this one's going to be a little bit more of a fun review because I don't have many that are this size on the channel. That's going to be the Kizer Banish, man. Really interesting one to check out today. Not your typical EDC. Let's go ahead and jump into it. We're going to go through that normal format that we always do, starting it off with a couple of size comparison, guys. This is going to be the Devo Growler V2 for your small knife comparison, and then here it is against your Civivi Amorite for your full size. And I think right out the gate you can tell this is definitely fifth pocket dropper, pouch dropper size. This is definitely something small and fun for the pocket. It is not your typical EDC. Just in case you need it, I'll bring out the Para 3 lightweight. I almost said PM2. Para 3 lightweight. We'll move the Amorite off to the side and bring the Shaman over. Just in case. And here's your Rat 2 and your Rat 1 representatives on the table as well. Very similar size there, guys, for you. And it should be a fairly lightweight one, but I do want to weigh it because I am fairly curious how it's going to come. Well, hello, how it's going to come on the scales as far as the weight coming in. I really thought this was going to be a little bit less than 2 ounces, but it's not far off. 2.2 isn't bad. I did go to the garage just to cut with a little bit, just because I was curious, so let's do that first. All right, we got the little companion carry here. I do struggle with this one here because it is just so tiny, guys. Just hard for me to really use this one. It is really close for it to be 3-finger. I do kind of split the difference so that I can get 3 fingers on there and be in a comfortable position. But just for something to open an Amazon package, this is probably going to be just fine. Or if you want something to fifth pocket or throw in the pouch, it'll get the job done. Definitely get you into your packages and handle your draw cuts, no issues whatsoever. And Kizer does a really good job with their heat treat and their edges on their 154 cm. So cool little button lock to check out. I'm going to kick it back up to the desk. All right, so there is your cutting with this one. It is a little small and a little difficult for me to handle here, guys. I got to get into it a certain way. It's locked up solid, that is for sure. But let me just jump into it. It is a 2.5 finger knife for me. Actually, I'll go ahead and give it the full 3 fingers. I say 2.5 because I kind of fall off the back. If you put your finger in the cutout here, which I really think that you just want to choke up and not use that at all, for your large hand individuals, you're just going to be 3 fingers, and then you're going to be sliding off the back here if you try to use that cutout. It just doesn't feel right in that regard. Let me tell you, Kizer did a beautiful job with the micarta on here. This again is another recent variant that I got to check out, or a recent model that I got to check out with their micarta. I don't know if they've done anything different, but it has really nice fibers on it. They're slightly raised. They feel very soft to the touch. And I like that a lot. This pocket clip works really good. For these short ones, they're usually really tight, and they're really strong and hard to get under. This one's got nice give to it, but it also has really good retention on it. The button is very proud here, but with that grip that I mentioned, I don't really land on it. For me personally, I am just over top of it. And same thing here, left-handed, not really engaging with it at all. They did include the option, or they do have the option, I should say, for the pocket clip to be reversed for left-hand carry. And I'm going to be honest with you, it actually works a little bit better for me left-handed. I don't know why that is. I really struggle right-handed to get this to work, but in the left hand it works really good. And same thing with that front flipper. When I go right-handed, for some reason, I sometimes miss, but I totally, that was just natural. I wasn't intending to do it that way. But when I go into that left hand, it just seems to work a little bit better for me. So, it is what it is. Cutting geometry on here, it's a very small blade. It's very utilitarian, for your draw cuts, your pinch cuts, any detailed work like that. Getting into packages, this is going to be really great for. I don't know if that's me or if that's just, oh, maybe it's just where it's kind of worn out the coating a little bit. But very nice factory edge. They are giving you 154 cm in this tiny little package. I think that is awesome. If I recall correctly, I believe this knife is coming in at under 50, and actually it's hitting at 45 looking at my notes here. So that is a really awesome price for 154 cm micarta button lock. Yeah, I think what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to push into it instead of just lightly flicking it. I think that's what's going on. Like the left hand, I don't have as much dexterity strength in the finger there. And what's going on now? There we go. So I am finding that I'm able to rip it. So just kind of going in there and ripping it, not really trying to put any muscle into it. And that that seems to work really well. On occasion, I'm missing this flipper tab. I think if it would have had tighter jimping and if they were able to round it a little bit better, that would have been a little bit better for me. But some of this, guys, to be honest, is going to be due to the fact that I do have the larger hands. It's not really going to be just indicative of the knife and how it's built. But, $45. You get micarta on steel liners. You're getting a little tiny button lock. It's really cool. It's a really cool little knife. It is going to be something that's going to be fun just to throw in the fifth pocket, throw into your pouch, pocket drop it, just to get into packages, cut things, not really cut things. I would say more just getting into packages and string, cutting loose string. Trying to think what else this would be really good at. Definitely for your trace cuts. So like if you have a label that you just got to cut out real quick on a tabletop, it's going to work really good for that. A nice option too, if you're interested in checking out something that is the size of a Devo Knives nip. The Nip Lite is about to launch here really soon. I believe they're offering that. I don't think it's just White Mountain Knives. I think they're going to have it on Devo's website. Regardless, they're going to have the 154 cm and aluminum version coming out here soon too. That looks really good. I like a lot of the colorways that they've done with it, and it's another really interesting model. But I think for the price point, $45, it's incredible if you want to add to your small knife collection. The Banish is going to be one that's easy to recommend at $45. If you need something that's going to go into one of your pouches or in one of your organizers in the pocket that's a little bit smaller that you don't have as much space with, you want to throw it in the fifth pocket of your jeans, you want to throw it on your desktop and just kind of have it off to the side so when something comes in, you can get into your Amazon package or your mail, whatever that is. And this one's going to be one that's really fidgety to do that. Ergonomically, the sway back's not really for me. This works fine, but I just don't like the way the sway back really feels in my hand for me personally. It never really works quite right. I'm not really sure where the sway back is supposed to come into hand. If it's meant to really cup the palm here, it ends up being way up here, way out of what I would consider a reasonable expectation as far as where it needs to be held to be used. This would be really interesting if they did this Banish and reversed it. I think this would be really comfortable in this grip here, but have the blade still be the Wharncliffe shape, if that makes it, like, to me this is really comfortable holding it in that reverse grip. I think this would be a little bit better for me with the larger hands, but again, at $45, what you're getting here, it's definitely fun, and that's what I think it's really meant to be. I don't think it's a serious EDC, or if you don't like big knives and you really are into those small knives, again, like the Nip and the Nip Lite that's coming out here soon, this is definitely one that should be potentially on your radar. Maybe you want to have this be a little bit more of your save queen because it's a little bit more premium, and you want to beat and use and abuse this one if this is, again, your daily small knife carry. Cool little knife, and the finish and the materials on it are outstanding. But I'm curious to see what you guys think. What are your thoughts on the Banish here? And there I go, trying to muscle it again. Just got to remember to relax my grip and just kind of flick it really fast, really fast, and then I'm able to do that really consistent. Yeah, there, that's what it is. Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching to this point of the video. It does help the algorithm, and I appreciate the support. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss the alerts. And links are in the description, guys. And there's interesting links for other stuff in there while you're down there. Check it out. I hope all of you have a fantastic week. Special thanks to my channel members. I did not forget you guys. I hope you have a fantastic week. Until next time, peace.